Welcome back, comic book fans, to Comics Rediscovered. As part of my experiment sending in a stack of books to each of the grading companies, I've selected 5 books each. So in this video, I want to talk about why I chose and which 5 books I'm sending into CGC. So stick around, I'm going to go over these 5 books and we'll have a closer look. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to be sending in a stack of books to each PGX, CBCS. But first, let's start with CGC. So I will put up each of these books so we can see what we got here. Obviously, starting off with Far Sector, I'll link that video up here. Basically, I've selected 3 Far Sector books to send in, 1 to each of the grading companies so we can compare just the gradings exactly because they should all be almost identical. I did throw up a closer look video so you can see what minor differences there might be, although all of them are pretty flat and without really marks except for the PGX version, which has a little nick up in the corner here. Otherwise, they're all about the same. That way we can directly compare, one, the grading consistency, but also the casing, the labels, all that kind of stuff will all be the same because it's all the same book. So that takes care of Far Sector. Also, it's a great series. Check it out if you haven't already. All right, moving on. I've got a couple Invincible books. We'll get those ones first. So first, Brit, Cold Death. This is the first Cecil Stedman. So if you've been watching Invincible on Amazon Prime, Cecil's a big character, and he sticks around throughout the series. He's a pretty big part of everything that goes on. So first appearance of Cecil Stedman. It's a square-bound book. I don't know if you can see that. So it should grade pretty well. When I gave it to my presser, he looked at it and said, don't worry, he's not going to bother pressing it. Pretty good story as well. So check it out. Brit, I think it's called Cold Death. This is volume 2 of the Brit series. First Cecil Stedman. So as an Invincible fan, necessary to have a major character like that. Along with that, we have Invincible #1 reprint. This is the LCS gold foil. I love this cover. Anything Invincible 1, I'll grab it, but I like how they did that cover with the various covers in the background, stealing, cover swiping, essentially the first issue. This gold foil is different from this gold foil. So this one was a Skybound exclusive, and I don't know if you can see, this one is embossed, whereas this one is just a flat foil. So I will add that to my Invincible foil collection by getting this one graded. Okay, and then into a couple of the other books. Spider-Man, this is actually Marvel Team Up 141. Tied for the second appearance of the black costume. It's a decent grade. It does have a little nick down here. It's a bend. It's color dulling, but not necessarily color breaking. Lays flat. Everything else is pretty nice about the book. I'm hoping for a 9.2 maybe. Obviously, it's always great to have a black suit Spider-Man. So I wanted to get this one sent in, have this taken care of. This will stay in the personal collection as a Spider-Man fan. And then another one that is staying in the collection, Werewolf by Night 37, third appearance of Moon Knight. These werewolf books are going up and up and up in value. 32 is at a price range for average buying. It's maybe something you pick up once you've sold some stuff off or if you've saved up for a while. 37 is still reasonably cheap. And this one is a nice, good quality. Everything is flat. There's no nicks, no dings. Corners are all pretty good. There is a bit of... There's some nicks on the spine here. So this is 8.5 maybe. Hopefully a 9, but probably 8.5 is closer. So there you go. There's the 5 books. I'll throw up another video with a top-down view, just have a closer look at a few of the books before we move on. Why did I choose these 5? Essentially, some of these books are going to be higher resale value, on Team Up and Werewolf by Night, and hopefully Far Sector, depending what happens with the series. If Green Lantern Joe shows up in the Green Lantern series or in the movies at some point, I think there's a good possibility of that because she's a pretty cool character. She fits with modern storytelling, especially for a Green Lantern, and fun series. So as far as books that I'm sending in, these are probably the higher value books, and I don't know for sure. We're going to maybe have a look at it at some point, but the resale value on CGC, the turnaround on those books, everybody says is higher. We usually say 10 to 20% higher on a CGC grade versus CBCS, and definitely over PGX. But we'll find out. We'll maybe have a look at those. But I figured, playing it safe, the higher value books I'll maybe send into CGC just to cover my bases. Like I said, these are staying. Almost all of them are staying in the personal collection. But if I decide to resell them at some point, hopefully they have higher value with CGC. So there you go. Stay tuned. I'll get the top-down shot. Leave a comment below. Let me know, what do you think I should expect out of these books here. Which one is your favorite out of the collection? Leave that comment below. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video.